Stevie Nicks, the enigmatic and timeless icon of rock music, has once again captivated her fans by pulling back the curtain on a deeply personal piece of her history. In a move that feels both nostalgic and delightfully intimate, the legendary singer-songwriter took to social media to share a scanned image of a handwritten letter she penned to her parents during the intense recording sessions for the album Buckingham Nicks. This artifact, scribbled on the official stationery of Sound City Studios, serves as a vivid window into the creative whirlwind of the early 1970s, a time when Nicks and her then-partner Lindsey Buckingham were forging their musical paths in the sun-drenched studios of Los Angeles. The album, a self-titled effort that captured the raw alchemy of their duo, was originally released in 1973 but has found new life with a re-release on September 19, allowing a fresh generation to discover its shimmering folk-rock magic. The letter itself is a treasure trove of Nicks' signature blend of vulnerability, sharp wit and unfiltered enthusiasm, a stylistic cocktail that would later define her contributions to Fleetwood Mac and her solo catalog. At just 25 years old, Nicks was already exhibiting the poetic flair that would make her a household name, her words dancing across the page with the same ethereal grace as her later hits like Rhiannon or Landslide. She opens with a candid confession about the relentless pace of the recording process, admitting that she was getting very tired of listening to over 12 hours of music per day. It's a relatable gripe for anyone who's ever been immersed in a passion project to the point of exhaustion, but in Nicks' hands, it transforms into something almost lyrical. One can imagine her, surrounded by reel-to-reel tapes and the hum of amplifiers, her voice hoarse from endless vocal takes, yet her spirit unbroken. This fatigue wasn't just a complaint, it was a testament to her dedication. Buckingham Nicks was no easy endeavor. Recorded on a shoestring budget with producer Keith Olsen, the sessions demanded precision and passion in equal measure, blending Buckingham's intricate guitar lines with Nicks' haunting melodies. The album's sound, a heady mix of psychedelic folk, bluesy undertones and pop sensibilities, required days of tweaking mixes and harmonies, often stretching into the wee hours. Nicks' letter captures that grind, but with an optimism that hints at the breakthrough she sensed was on the horizon. Yet, what truly elevates this letter beyond mere diary entry is Nicks' irrepressible humor, a trait that has endeared her to generations. She turns the lens on herself with self-deprecating charm, joking about her father, Jess Nicks, who at 47 appeared to her youthful eyes as looking far better than she did at her own tender age of 25. It's a quip that speaks volumes about family dynamics in the Nicks household, warm, teasing and grounded amid the chaos of chasing dreams in the music industry. Jess Nicks, a Philips executive whose pragmatic influence can be felt in Stevie's balanced approach to fame, must have chuckled upon receiving this missive. The humor serves as a pressure valve, releasing the tension of studio life while reminding her parents and now us, that beneath the rising star was still the spirited girl from Phoenix, Arizona, who once dreamed of becoming a poet or a dancer. This blend of exhaustion and levity mirrors the duality of Nicks' artistry. Songs that ache with heartbreak yet soar with resilience, performances that mesmerize with mysticism but ground in raw emotion. As the letter unfolds, Nicks' playful side shines even brighter in her elaborate plans for her upcoming 25th birthday. Far from a simple cake and candles affair, she declares that the milestone demands nothing less than setting aside the entire month of May to celebrate the fact that I am now 1/4 of a century old. She insists this new landmark shouldn't be dismissed as yet another birthday, but honored with a gala celebration, a word she wields with theatrical flair. One can picture the scene: Nicks, perhaps in a flowing shawl or vintage gown, orchestrating a month-long festivity that might include poetry readings, impromptu jam sessions, or midnight drives along the Pacific Coast Highway. This exuberance wasn't mere fancy, it reflected Nicks' philosophy of embracing life's passages with grandeur. 25 marked not just aging but arrival, a quarter-century of experiences that had already taken her from high school cheerleading in Arizona to sharing stages with the likes of Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin. Her birthday vision, cheeky as it is, underscores a deeper truth. Nicks has always treated her life as performance art, turning ordinary moments into mythic tales. Fans familiar with her lore will recall how such whimsy infused her Fleetwood Mac era, where album launches became legendary parties and tour buses were extensions of her bohemian dream world. Beyond the personal anecdotes, the letter delves into the heart of Buckingham Nicks, offering praise for Lindsey Buckingham that reveals the electric synergy of their partnership. Nicks gushes that he may go down in history as one of greats in guitar playing, a prophetic nod to the fleet-fingered wizardry that would later define Fleetwood Mac's sound on tracks like Go Your Own Way and The Chain. She specifically references an early cut of Don't Let Me Down Again, highlighting Buckingham's fancy guitar work as a standout element. This track, with its swirling riffs and urgent rhythm, exemplifies the duo's chemistry, Nicks' breathy vocals weaving through Buckingham's technical prowess like silk over steel. The song's lyrics, penned by Nicks, explore themes of longing and defiance. Don't let me down again / I gave you all my love, foreshadowing the relational tempest that would fuel their later collaborations. In the letter, her admiration isn't just romantic, it's professional reverence for a collaborator whose innovation pushed her to new vocal heights. Recording at Sound City, a studio that would later host Fleetwood Mac's Rumors and countless other classics, allowed them to experiment freely. Nicks describes the environment with vivid detail, from the echoey vocal booth to the late-night debates over chord progressions, painting a portrait of creativity in motion. To fully appreciate this letter's significance, one must contextualize it within the broader tapestry of Nicks and Buckingham's journey. Their romance ignited in 1967 when a mutual friend introduced the 19-year-old Nicks to the 17-year-old Buckingham at a high school talent show in San Francisco. Sparks flew immediately, leading to the formation of Fritz, a band that toured Northern California's coffeehouse circuit for 5 grueling years. By 1972, with Fritz disbanding, the pair relocated to Los Angeles, pooling their savings to record Buckingham Nicks. The album flopped commercially upon release, selling fewer than 50,000 copies and leaving them penniless. Nicks famously waitressed at a Beverly Hills restaurant to make ends meet. Yet, fate intervened when Mick Fleetwood heard Buckingham's guitar on the record and invited them to join Fleetwood Mac in late 1974. What followed was a seismic shift. Fleetwood Mac, 1975, and Rumors, 1977, catapulted them to superstardom, with Nicks' songs becoming anthems of love's labyrinth.